Gentlemen, welcome to the TR Schools TV Game of the Week, presented by the TREA. I'm Casey Kennerkowski. We've got the first round of the 2020 Shore Conference Tournament. 18th seeded Middletown South Eagles being introduced first. They're going to take on our hometown 15th seeded Toms River North Lady Mariners.
Number 4, Laura Brennan.
We see the
Number 44,
lineups here for Coach Tom Brennan's Eagles. 24th season at the helm, over 400 victories for him. As their starting five gets introduced, now the hometown Mariners, Coach Vicki Gillens'
number 20,
squad.
Christina Johnson. Number 32, Sydney Howell.
Number 20, Christina Johnson. Number 32, Sydney Howell.
Number 22, Faith Wavershak.
Number 22, Faith Wavershak, sophomore.
Number 23, Jackie Benvenuto.
Number 23, Jackie Benvenuto. She's also a sophomore.
Julia Gradzicki.
And number 52, Julia Gradzicki. She is a freshman, 5'8". And so we've got these two teams here coming in. Shore Conference Tournament starting today on a Tuesday. The winner of this game is going to play Manchester, the number 2 seed. They have a bye this evening. Obviously, Shore Conference Tournament, one of the most unique tournaments in New Jersey, because you don't know how they're going to seed the teams, who's going to get a bye until they physically go about doing it. Thus, each team in this tournament needs to be at least 500 or better by the cutoff date. So in total, we'll take a look at the number here, how many total teams here. We've got well over 25 teams in this tournament. These two squads, 10-9 Middletown South. Don't let the record fool you, though they played a very tough Monmouth County slate, playing against teams like Rumson Fairhaven, Freehold Township, Long Branch, Marlboro, just to name a few. Also played Manasquan earlier this season. Toms River North comes in here 14-6. They finished 9-5 in A South, which was good for a third place finish. Here comes the tip, Benvenuto, and the star for the Eagles, Richardson. Tip controlled by Middletown South, knocked away off of a Lady Mariner defender, and the ball will stay here with the Eagles. Control on the top, that's Laura Brennan, sophomore, 5'5". North going into more of a kind of a matchup zone here, trying to get the ball away from Richardson. Three-pointer, long three, in and out. Rebound to O'Connor. Top works them all around. O'Connor for three. That one goes for number 30, Caitlin O'Connor. Three-pointer, and it's the first bucket for either team here tonight, halfway into the opening minute. Motion offense, a lot of back screening and cutting for Coach Gillen's squad. Two names that you probably will miss here, Jenna Paul and Brielle Bazagno. They graduated last year, so a lot of replacements coming in this season, trying to retool as opposed to rebuild on this squad. They've done a nice job so far, but a lot of young players have to see how they handle the pressure of postseason basketball. Johnson, cross-court pass, inside. Grabowski drives in, baseline with the right hand, so a nice job there by number 52, Julia Gradowski. She gets the first bucket for the Mariners tonight. Side Richardson. Almost instantly double teams, gets it out of her hands. Three-pointer coming from O'Connor again. That one true. So Caitlin O'Connor, the senior, coming on lights out, on fire with back-to-back threes to start this game. Johnson trying to answer from the top of the key. She does. Nothing but nylon there for the senior. A 6-5 game as both teams have made the first 4 shots in this opening round game of the Shore Conference Tournament. And the worked ball inside, almost stolen away by Wavershack. She gambled on that one, didn't come up. Leaves an opening, and we'll get a foul there on the recovery. That one will go against Johnson, her first, team's first. Really, the difference between these two teams is the fact that you've got more of a team-based mindset when you come to Toms River North. They're going to collectively do it. Whereas for Middletown South, they're going to try to get two main players there. Number 12, Richardson, who just shot that one, and number 42, she almost made an excellent play there defensively in the backcourt, Stephanie Meyerhofer. They are both Division I prospects, and they're showing it so far here on both ends of the court. Guarded tightly there by Meyerhofer. Now Richardson trying to get in on Johnson. That makes it there as Wavershack goes to the court. She was tripped up by number 4, Lara Brennan. Her first, team's first, here at the 5:28 mark. In the opening quarter, Middletown South 6, Toms River North 5. Handoff, Grabowski. Open three-pointer, Johnson. That one no good. Tracks down her own rebound, though. Kicks it back out to Grabowski, driving in left hand, lost it. I believe it went off of her knee and out of bounds. One of the Middletown South defenders got in there, got a hand on it, knocked it off her knee, and created the turnover. Look at this Middletown South squad. They started the season 7-3, and then ended up losing 6 of their last 9 games, but they played against some really good opponents. Lost by 8 to Rumson Fairhaven, lost by 13 to Marlboro, another great team in Monmouth County. So they definitely are playing much better than their record would suggest, and another three-pointer there from O'Connor. She's now got 9 points, all 9 of Middletown South's points so far tonight. Three-pointer from Johnson, launching from way outside. Long rebound, tracked down by Grabowski, flips it out to Howell, number 32. Really nothing inside so far for Toms River North. They've been forced to settle for a lot of times contested outside jumpers here. As Richardson, number 12 there for the Eagles, just really controlling that inside. Benvenuto guarded by Richardson, over to Johnson. Back to Wavershack. Top Johnson, inside Grabowski, trying to drive in inside. We'll get a foul on the floor against number 44, Isabella Orlando. That's her first, team second. As we cross the halfway point in this opening quarter, a 9-6 advantage for our visitors. So we'll get our first subs of the game. Benvenuto out, Wavershack out. It'll be Brandy Manna, number 30, along with number 33, Gia Passat. Three-pointer, Howell, she got hit, no call. A great box out there by Richardson. As the ball goes out of bounds, though, off of one of the Middletown South players, so North will keep possession here on this end of the court. Side, Passat baseline, long pass over to Johnson. Inside to Manna. She dribbles out to Howell. Howell driving in, kicks out to Johnson. She's going to launch for another three. Or excuse me, Passat rather, for a three. That one no good. Rebound cleared quickly by Meyerhofer. She launches from straight away. That's a three-pointer, and so far tonight, Middletown South, they traveled down the Parkway, and they've brought their three-point skills. They are now 4 made threes here in this opening quarter, as that lead swells to 12-5 in favor of the Eagles. And you know, this is the type of game that if you ask Coach Vicki Gillen pregame here, you probably would not want this kind of style, this kind of pace here, where Middletown South, they've been hitting from the outside. O'Connor with a couple threes, Meyerhofer with that one. They really haven't gotten their star player, Kayla Richardson, 1,000-point scorer, going as of yet. She's been more on the defensive side of things, really locking down the paint, preventing any kind of second chance looks here for Toms River North. As for Toms River North, Vicki Gillen, obviously also an accomplished coach. 320 victories entering this evening. And North 6-1 in true home games this season. They're trying to get that streak to continue. They're going to need some help here as they've built an early hole for themselves. Down by 7 with the basketball coming out of the timeout. Manna to Johnson. Johnson dribbling out. Kicks. Rudowski. Passat driving baseline. She got stripped there by Richardson. Loose ball tracked down by Mayerhofer. Went off her foot. And Manna ends up tracking it down in the backcourt. Flipping it up. Inside. And almost a collision right in front of us here as Grudzicki, the freshman, could not handle the pass coming from Manna. A turnover by Toms River North. Be a 2-3 matchup zone here for Coach Gillen's squad. Really doubling down underneath against Richardson. Double team, she kicks it over, flips it out, three-pointer coming. Kind of no good. Rebound to Howell. One and done possession for the Eagles. Three-pointer, long by Johnson. Maybe she's starting to force the issue a little too much here. A lot of threes here going up by the Lady Mariners. Don't really need it. Have to try to just claw their way back little by little here. Still down 12-5, the 2:20 mark here in the opening quarter. Motion offense, lost her underneath. Good closing though by Johnson as she blocks it away. Wavershack comes down with the rebound. Grudzicki driving in, will get a foul. Foul there against Brennan. That's her second, so she'll come to the bench. Checking in the first time, Abigail Dougherty, 5'5" freshman for Coach Brennan. We'll get another sub coming in, number 5, Beth Rankin, on the next whistle. Loose ball, tracked down by Richardson on the floor. She flips it to Mayerhofer. Mayerhofer leading a break. She'll drive in, kicks. Nice close out there by Toms River North to prevent an easy transition bucket. Richardson trying to post up on Johnson. Inside, kicks it cross court. No good. A nice close out there by Johnson, but Richardson goes right over the top and gets it to go for her first bucket of the game. It's Coach Gillen arguing the point here that you can't get a better box out than the senior Johnson there. But Richardson just kind of reaching over, grabbing the ball right for the possession. You can see why she's a Division I prospect based on that last play. Lead up to 9 for Middletown South. Trying to run some screens inside. Nice defense there by Middletown South. They go to the floor again. There's Mayerhofer again. As Benvenuto checked back in for Passat. The 1:11 mark, 14-5 ball game. Inside out game, Benvenuto, cross court pass. Grudzicki driving in as she gets fouled on the way up. So our first free throws of the game here for the freshman. First one no good. Second one no good. Rebound goes out to Dougherty. Dougherty brings it across with exactly 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter of this first round of the Shore Conference tournament. 15-18 matchup, the 18 seed leading by 9. Inside, rejected away by Benvenuto. And then a kind of a lazy foul there on Richardson in the backcourt. Did not need to reach, it's her first. Team's 5th. So 43 seconds will be a full court press here for Middletown South. Coach Brennan trying to put a little pressure on the inbound. Staying the same way here. Have to be more consistent with the basketball here. Have to be tougher with the basketball. Middletown South so far taking it right to them. That time they break it. 3-on-2 advantage if they get it across. Jumper coming. Cross court, no good. Richardson with the rebound. Now a Middletown South fast break. Nice passing. Look at that passing. Beautiful passing. Can't finish with the bucket. Howell, outlet. Up to Johnson, who puts it up. May have been altered in the path by Richardson. 20 seconds remaining. Pull up, no good. Rebound, Benvenuto. She comes out with the ball. 10 seconds. Gradzicki with it. Up to Howell. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Inside to Benvenuto. Flips it up and in for the bucket. So a little topsy-turvy last 40, 45 seconds of that opening quarter ends with a Toms River North bucket as Jackie Benvenuto ends up getting the score. And at the end of one quarter, it's Toms River North trailing Middletown South by a score of 14-7. Not necessarily surprising to see this score, considering how Toms River North played for most of that first quarter. But if you look at North, they've gotten down this season a lot of times. They've been able to fight their way back little by little. Second and third quarters probably their two best quarters throughout the season. So it would, you kind of expect your Coach Gillen's squad to be able to come back, claw back a little bit, make this a little tighter. They need to figure out a way, though, to get the ball inside more consistently to the paint here, because Richardson and then coming over Meyerhofer, number 42, they've really been closing down a lot of those passing lanes for Toms River North. As you know, they've tried to run a couple different sets out of the motion offense. Really hasn't worked too well or consistently anything. We'll have to see if maybe they can take that last basket, create a little spark. Maybe a couple transition opportunities stemming from defense. As we start the second quarter with Middletown South controlling the basketball here. They're running a motion, easy cut inside to Richardson, who gets fouled on the way over. That's way too easy. Gradzicki with the foul. Richardson with the bucket. He's also the team's best free throw shooter. That one rattles in and out, though, so cannot complete the three-point play. Lead stays at 9. Trying to get it inside. Johnson, she walled out Richardson and draws the foul against her. So Richardson picks up her second. Sixth team foul, second one on Richardson. Johnson will go free throw line first time tonight. Gets the first one to go. Richardson's second foul. She's going to stay on the court. Johnson, team's best free throw shooter. Now 65 made free throws. Coach Brennan calling an audible there. He's going to pull out Richardson in favor of Meyerhofer. It's always nice when you have the opportunity to pull out one Division I recruit for another one. You know, that usually makes things easy for a coach. Headaches tend to go away. Foul trouble tends to go away real quick. Thought about the three, kicks it over to O'Connor. O'Connor with another three. I mean, they're just killing them right now. Fourth one of the night. Lead up to the largest tonight, double digits, 19-9. Looks like North's plan is to try to get the ball inside. Try to take advantage of the fact that Richardson's not on the court. Wavershack driving in. She got lost in no man's land and turns the ball over. Dougherty bringing it across. Flips it over Rankin. To O'Connor. Drives it across the other way. Backdoor cut, though, by Rankin. Wild shot. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson brings it across inside to Benvenuto. Good move there. Draws contact, gets the bucket to go, and the foul. So Jackie Benvenuto with the bucket. That foul goes against number 30, that's Caitlin O'Connor. And so now we'll get a sub there, we get a bucket. Benvenuto, one free throw. Try to claw back into this one, try to cut in that deficit. That one, no good. Rebound comes to O'Connor. So just a 2 on that possession. Lead still at 8, 19-11 here at the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Driving in, Rankin kicks it out to O'Connor. Picks up her dribble. Meyerhofer will set up the offense at the top. Guarded by Wavershack. Flips it over to Rankin. Back up top to Mahan. Trying to get a three-point shooter. Meyerhofer open. Long rebound comes down to O'Connor. Inside Rankin. She can't finish. Benvenuto clears the board. Benvenuto brings it across herself. Flips it over to Wavershack. Johnson. For some sort of screen coming across. Gradzicki. Back to Johnson, three-pointer. That one's going to go long and left. Tracked down. And I believe it's going to stay here with Townsend North. Wavershack must have gotten to it. And knocked it off of the Middletown South players. Coach Brennan pleading his case now. Inside Johnson. Out to Gradzicki. Good closeout, knocked away. Inside, Mahan leading the break. Up to Meyerhofer. Meyerhofer from the left side flips it up and in. Lead back to 10 for the Eagles. Inside Benvenuto, long pass. Back inside. Close out inside, off glass. Good finish by the sophomore. She's up to 6 points on the game. She leads the scoring for Toms River North. Now, if only Toms River North can get some defense going, really kind of back it up, string together a couple of good possessions here. They get one there. Howell for 3. That one's short. Benvenuto, good closeout on the rebound. Inside to Johnson, who gets bumped from behind. It will be on the floor. That one will be on Meyerhofer. As Passat checks in the game for Howell at the 4:20 mark. A 1-on-1 opportunity here for Christina Johnson. She's 2 for 2 tonight. Team's leading free throw shooter on the season. As both Coach Brennan for Middletown South and some of the Middletown fans who are seated to my right here pointing out to the referee that there's a pretty big discrepancy between the number of fouls for each team. 8 team fouls on Middletown South, just 2 on Toms River North. Johnson gets both to go. Now a 21-15 game. Coming up on halfway gone by in this second quarter. That one's stolen away by Johnson. As South pretty careless with the basketball. Gradzicki with a 3. Long, no good. Benvenuto comes right over the top, gets it. Inside pass to Passat, who gets the bucket to go and the foul. So Gia Passat there, the sophomore. Nice interior passing there by Toms River North. That foul there against O'Connor. As Passat gets her first bucket. Get an opportunity here from the free throw line. Cut the deficit down to 3. She does. 21-18 game. North has scored the last 7 points in this one. Starting to get a little momentum here coming from the home team. Middletown South back to that motion offense. Wavershack blown by there by Meyerhofer, but she can't finish at the bucket. Wavershack trying to get something to go on this side. No call. Big collision, no call. O'Connor with the other side. Can't get it to go. A lot of contact on both ends of the court. No calls from the officials. Wavershack driving baseline. Flips it over to Passat. Back up top. Johnson for the tie. All tied at 21 with 3:15 remaining here in the second quarter as the senior gets her second three to go. And Coach Brennan needed to be constrained by his team there, as 10 straight points rattled off by Tomsriver North to tie it up here at 21. That was exactly what Tomsriver North needed here in this middle stretch of the second quarter. Solid team defense, limit the number of possessions, limit the number of opportunities for Middletown South, especially those second chance opportunities, and then convert on the other side, being tougher with the basketball in the second quarter, being stronger with the basketball. Had a couple N1 type of opportunities here in this second quarter. Really taking advantage of the fact that number 12, Kayla Richardson, star player for the Eagles, had to sit with 2 fouls. Have to see if Coach Brennan decides right now, with this game now all knotted up at 21, if it's time to get the senior 1,000-point scorer back on the court. And that's exactly what Coach Brennan will do. You can see the 24 years of experience coming out right here as he gets the senior back on the court. Goes back to the starting lineup with Rankin in there as well, number 5. Nice defense by Howell. Inside out game. Back to Mahan. Mahan's going to launch from the far corner. That one's short. Rebound inside to Richardson. And a nice double team defense there by Benvenuto and Passat to cause the travel on Richardson. North trying to take their first lead of the game. Inside of 3 minutes. Inside, Benvenuto. Can't get it to go, gets her own rebound, puts it back up. Can't get that one to go. Loose ball out of bounds off of Tomsriver North. Official referencing might have went off the leg of Benvenuto. But nice defensive hustle on the one side, creating a turnover, and they're still getting at it, getting more opportunities here, more second chance opportunities here in this second quarter than in the first for the Lady Mariners. 3-pointer coming from Rankin, that one no good. Rebound to Howell. Howell double teamed and hit. No foul there called. As we got a reaction now from both parents. So equally offending to both the Tomsriver North and the Middletown South fans are these two officials. Nevertheless, here Tomsriver North retaining possession here at the 2-minute mark. Again, a second opportunity to try to take the lead. Howell inside. Benvenuto double teamed. Ripped away there by Mahan, who then proceeded to travel with the basketball. So things getting a little intense, getting a little feisty. We see O'Connor check back into the ballgame. So O'Connor with 2 fouls. Richardson with 2 fouls. Passat trying to get the lead. Richardson with the rebound, then loose ball, lost it. Goes out of bounds to Middletown South. Last 2 minutes here. Let's see who can win these last 2 minutes going into halftime. Two solid programs in Middletown South and Tomsriver North. They've won 2 state titles the last 2 years combined. Last year, Middletown South. 2 years ago, Tomsriver North. Inside, loose ball, tracked down. We're going to get a jump ball on the floor as Benvenuto and Brennan both went to the floor. Possession error will keep it here with the Lady Mariners. Hand off to Howell, who gets hit. Inside, are they going to say it was on the floor? They're going to say it's going up. Foul's going to go against number 4, Lara Brennan. As that'll send Sydney Howell to the free throw line, number 32, 5'7" sophomore guard. Has not been there tonight. That's the first one to go, and that's the first lead for Coach Gillen's squad. Here at the 1:17 mark here in the second quarter, with one more coming from the sophomore. That one no good. Brennan had the rebound momentarily. Passat comes down with it. Extra possession here for Toms River North. And Howell gives it right over with a travel, but before that, gets the first lead here tonight for Toms River North, a 22-21 ball game with 1:11 remaining. As Brennan goes to the free throw line, or excuse me, goes to the bench rather, from Middletown South. Her 3 fouls. That one driving in, Dougherty. The freshman gets lost in the corner. Howell with a nice play to get it out of there to Benvenuto. North possession and a 1-point lead inside of a minute before halftime. Lost it. Tracked down by Meyerhofer. Inside, O'Connor. Three-pointer coming, rattles in and out. Meyerhofer trying to track it down. She saves it in the far corner. We've got a foul against Toms River North with 31 seconds remaining. Another against Johnson, that's her second. So Johnson with 31 seconds remaining before halftime will sit to avoid picking up a third. As Grzycki comes back in, inside, Richardson. Can't get it to go, Passat with the rebound. Lost it though, quick pass, bullet pass coming in. Not handled by Benvenuto, short pass, short jumper rather, excuse me. No good, another offensive rebound underneath by Middletown South with 10 seconds remaining. They get it out, inside out game to Rankin. Back out to the corner there, number 13, Dougherty with the 3. And that's how this first half is going to end between the Eagles and the Mariners, as Dougherty's 3, the 6th made 3 in that first half by Coach Brennan's Eagles, puts the visitors up at halftime by 2, 24-22. So definitely a much better played second quarter there by Toms River North, as they ended up scoring 15 in that quarter compared to just 7 in the first quarter. Holding Middletown South to just 10 in that second quarter as well. So the defense starting to round into form for Toms River North. As for Middletown South, they tend to do what great programs do. When they need a bucket, they found one, and a great shot there by Dougherty, the freshman, playing some big minutes this season because of some injuries with Middletown South. She gets that one to go, and we're going to catch our breath here at halftime here from the RWJ Barnabas Health Arena. 24-22 ball game. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment here on TR Schools TV, so stick around. Okay, folks, welcome back to the TR Schools TV Game of the Week presented by the TREA. I'm Casey Kennerkowski, back from the RWJ Barnabas Health Arena here on the campus of Toms River High School North. Getting ready for the second half of this first round Shore Conference tournament game between the 15th seeded Toms River North Lady Mariners and the 18th seeded Middletown South Eagles. At the half, it's the Eagles up by 2. It was a very contentious, hotly contested first half. A lot of stuff coming from the stands in terms of calls or no calls and all that stuff. Hopefully the second half a little bit easier when it comes to letting the kids just kind of decide who wins and who loses this one. How about that reverse layup underneath? by Kayla Richardson to get the scoring going. Lead up to 4 quickly. Richardson 6 points on this one. Leading scorer of the night, though, Caitlin O'Connor, as that one's out of bounds off of Waiver Shack's outstretched hand. For Middletown South, Caitlin O'Connor with 4 threes. 12 points in the first half for Middletown South. As for Toms River North, leading scorer for them, the senior 5'10", number 20, Christina Johnson. 10 points. She had 2 threes and was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Three-pointer coming Richardson. That one's short. Rebound underneath. Nice rebound by Howell. Lost it, though, underneath to O'Connor, and she fouls her. So an opportunity there for North. Maybe get back down the court. Have no damage done. Turnover leads to an easy opportunity. As O'Connor going to go to the free throw line here. First time tonight. That one no good. Speaking of scores, speaking of making threes, 6 made threes there by Middletown South in the first half. Also making 6 made threes, but on the other end of town, the Lady Raiders, Coach Cohen's squad, up by 10 on Donovan Catholic in an all-Toms River 16-17 matchup. They're up 27-17. We'll keep you updated on that one as the Twitter updates come in. Three-pointer far corner by Johnson, and a hell of a box out there. Nice box out by Richardson. Pass can't go to Meyerhofer, but you're seeing exactly why Middletown South's been in a lot of games this season, playing against some really tough schools. But why they've hung in there, stayed close in many games, only lost to Rumson Fairhaven by 8 in a high-scoring game. North trying to get their first bucket still of this third quarter. They've gone a minute and a half without scoring. Johnson driving in left hand through contact. She draws the foul against Orlando. That sends Johnson back to the free throw line, a place where she's become very comfortable over the last 4 years. That one pure as well. 5 of 5 now on the night. One more and she can cut the deficit down to 2. No good. Rebound to Meyerhofer. She's going to lead the break. Johnson has to figure out who she wants to guard there. Kind of got caught in no man's land. Long rebound, though, out to Richardson. She'll pull up with a jumper. No good. Rebound inside. They're going to say it's off of O'Connor and over to Toms River North. Passat checking in the game for Howell. Looks like Toms River North, against this pressure, they're going to try to go a little bit of a bigger lineup. Trying to maximize their length as Johnson needs to watch her back here. That one off of Meyerhofer. Possession staying with Toms River North. So now you've got Benvenuto, Passat, and Johnson. All 3 of the forwards on this team. Inside, Johnson flips it up. Circus shot goes for the senior, as she will go to the free throw line to try to tie this one up at 26. What effort there on that play. Gets it to go. All tied at 26 here at the 6-minute mark in the third quarter. Just when we thought Middletown South was going to try to stretch things out a bit, North answers right back. Double dribble against Middletown South. Double dribble against the freshman Dougherty. Wavershack to inbound it, gets it into Passat. Flips it over to Wavershack, who steps on the end line. That was a good call by the official. Tried to tiptoe along the edge there. Got caught with the hand in the cookie jar there, right in front of the official. Inside to Richardson. Handoff, Meyerhofer, left hand, good. Stephanie Meyerhofer with a two-pointer. Up top, long pass, saved by Benvenuto, over to Wavershack. Inside, Passat goes with the right hand from the left side. Draws the foul. That one will be on number 42, Meyerhofer, her second. And so 2 shots coming for Gia Passat. First one short. See if she gets the second one to go here. Gets the second one, so a 28-27 ball game in favor of the Eagles. Dougherty hands off to O'Connor. Back to Dougherty. Lost it. Gets it back. Trying to get a trap on the outside there. To the floor. We'll get a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it over to the Mariners. So for most of this game, it's been a Middletown South-led affair. North got the lead in the second quarter late. And then the final bucket on a 3 by Dougherty gave Middletown South the halftime lead. North trying to regain it here. Three-pointer coming. That one's short. Passat with the board. Couldn't get it to go. Bounces around. Gets her own rebound. Then we'll get a back court as the ball caroms off of the fingers of Johnson. But you like the attacking kind of hustle going on there with Tomsboro North as they're crashing down on the offensive boards a lot more aggressively than they were very early in the game. Brennan brings it across, 1 point lead with the visitors. 5-minute mark, third quarter. Trying to get some screens, trying to get an opening for some of these shooters. They go inside to Richardson. Benvenuto with nice defense. Passat closes out the board. Benvenuto dribbles back up. Back to Johnson, three-pointer, far corner, long. Rebound, inside Benvenuto. A nice kind of inside screen by Passat to shield the defender. Benvenuto finishes and North's back on top. Have to see maybe if Tomsboro North can get a defensive possession, maybe try to extend this lead out a bit. They haven't been able to do that so far tonight. That one goes off of Johnson. Get some subs here for North. They're going to bring out Gradzicki and Benvenuto, bringing in Howell, and for the first time tonight, number 21, Paige Farley, 5'8" senior guard. Richardson guarded by Passat. She's going to try to drive in right hand. Gets it to go off glass. Middletown South first one to 30. Driving in Johnson, dishes it. Back up top to Farley. Johnson will set it up, guarded by Rankin at the top of the key. Drives in left hand. Richardson steps in. Alters the shot of Johnson, who can't get it to go. Rebound, they push it up. Farley had it for a moment, long pass. Richardson for three. Boy, that's a dagger right there, look at that. Play pretty good defense. Ended up with a three there by Richardson as that lead swells to 4 now. Three-pointer though coming from Wavershack. Faith Wavershack with a three. Answers the three from Richardson right back. Back to a 1 point game. Richardson trying to go for a three, no good. Farley with the rebound. Be a jump ball as she was surrounded by 3 Eagles defenders. O'Connor will sit. Coming back in the ball game will be number 14, Lauren Winault. Trying to get it in, Winault. Up top. Richardson, 2 defenders closing out right at her. Almost a walk there. 3-pointer, 1-0. Short. Howell with the rebound. She's going to try to run it. Fast break. Lost control of it. Ball on the ground. No foul. Richardson comes up with it. She's going to try to go in. Scoots it inside. Out game. Lost it again. Ball on the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow. Should be Toms River North. Crazy sequence as both teams are running up and down with not a lot of control of the basketball. It ends up with a jump ball. Possession arrow gives it back over to Toms River North here at the 2:30 mark. Down by 1. High ball screen. Trying to get it to Johnson, trying to get an opening. Over to Wavershack. Can she get 2 in a row? No good. Rebound out to Rankin, who flips it up to Mahan. Long pass, 1-0, driving in. She can't finish. Out of bounds. Last touched by Richardson. Ball goes back over to Toms River North as Benvenuto checks in for Passat. Between Passat, Johnson, and Benvenuto, they've done a terrific job since that second quarter, offensively and defensively, creating opportunities and also shutting down Richardson down low. Farley thought about it. Wisely brings it out. Benvenuto inside as that cross cut was cut off. Johnson, a sky-high 3, and North's back in front, 35-33. Almost a carry, give and go play inside, off glass for Brennan. We're all tied at 35. Coming up on 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. Johnson, a Wavershack. Back to Johnson. Over to Farley. 2-3 matchup zone. Johnson short. Long rebound. Winault with it. Back to Mahan. Mahan pushes the ball up court. Inside, Brennan will get a foul on Toms River North. That'll be the third one on Johnson. Just the team's second here, though, the second half. Farley out. Radzicki in. They're going to bring Johnson out for a blow here the last 42 seconds. Coming in, Brandy Manna, number 30. 3-pointer, long. Gets her own rebound, though. Drives back in, floater. Gets the floater to go. Middletown South up by 2. So Brennan with 4 points here in the last, let's say, minute of action. Corner. Back to Howell, driving in. Inside. Benvenuto can't get it to go. Cleared quickly by Richardson. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Guarded by Wavershack. Help. Long 3 coming from Mahan. Mahan, the junior, with a big 3. To end what was an exciting, action-packed, up and down kind of third quarter between these two squads. At the end of it, it's Middletown South holding a 5-point lead entering the final period of play, up 40-35. So the halftime score was 24-22 in favor of the Eagles. The Eagles scored 16, North scoring 13. So really, first quarter dominated by Middletown South. Second quarter dominated by Toms River North as they came back resurgent. Third quarter pretty even. Evenly played by both teams. Winner of this game after the next 8 minutes is going to go on to play Manchester, the number 2 seed. The Shore Conference Tournament. Top seed, St. John Vianney, no surprise there. 3 seed, Red Bank Catholic. 4 seed, St. Rose. Tomsboro North basketball coming out of the timeout. Excuse me, not Tomsboro North basketball. It's going to go over the other way. Excuse me, to Middletown South with the basketball. North going to try to play on defense here. Over on the other side of Toms River, it's a 34-31 ball game in favor of Toms River East as Donovan has closed in on a big lead. North trying to close in on this 5-point lead here. Got a good defensive stop to start the final quarter. Now they're going to look to try to work the ball around for an open shot. They're really trying to space out. Middletown South, Passat in. They'll call a travel on her. That one was very, very close to being a foul, but they call a travel on Passat. Ball goes back over to Middletown South. Man-to-man defense for Coach Gillen. Benvenuto trying to stay in front of Richardson. Richardson going to get a travel there as Passat came over. Nice help side defense. Changed her direction. Forgot to put the ball back down on the court. Picks up the travel. Long pass Johnson. She's going to launch. That one off to the right. Benvenuto, offensive rebound, up off glass. Jackie Benvenuto definitely playing a great game down low. She's now up to double figures. 10 points scored. Steal by Wavershack. Trying to go in. Controls it. Flips it up. Batted around. Johnson tracks it down. So a quick steal by Wavershack and North retaining possession down by 3. Inside cut. Passat just a little too far. Airmailed that one to Gradzicki. Now checking back into the ball game for the Eagles is Meyerhofer. First time in a while we've seen Meyerhofer and Richardson both on the court at the same time. Trying to free up Richardson, can't really get it for her. Inside to get a travel against Meyerhofer. He was wide open. I'm surprised she didn't try to shoot that one as she came off the screen, off the kind of curl cut. Had an opening. Chose not to shoot it, instead turned the ball over. So a couple travels here by Middletown South in the first 2 minutes of this final quarter have resulted in no points scored. They're stuck on that 40. North just 1 bucket so far here in the final quarter. Passat driving baseline, tipped away though. Nice hands by Brennan, number 4. As we'll get Mahan and Brennan there checking out. Dougherty coming back in the game along with O'Connor. Trying to get something in there. They get into Wavershack, up to Gradzicki. Back to Wavershack, trying to get it into the post to Benvenuto. Benvenuto posting up on a much smaller player. They get it inside late. Ball goes on the ground. Richardson with it. She's going to try to lead a break. They've got numbers if they get it across fast. Good closeout by North. Around the outside, 3-pointer coming from Dougherty. Can't get it to go. Inbound, rebound to Richardson. Circus shot, batted around. Dougherty brings it out. Throws it off her own player. Meyerhofer no good. Out of bounds. Keeps it in play. Somebody threw it back to Passat, who gets it up. Gradzicki driving in, draws contact, and she'll go to the free throw line. That was a miraculous save on the right end of the court. Somebody threw it back. Passat starts the break to Gradzicki, and Gradzicki, the freshman, will go to the free throw line. She's 0 for 1 so far tonight. She'll get 2 shots here. 5:09 mark. The final quarter. That one rims in and out. Howell will check in for Passat. Every point here down the stretch could be so critical. A free throw, a layup, an open jumper. Missed assignment on defense with a 3-pointer, something. Any one of those small plays could make the difference. That one we're going to get another jump ball off of the missed free throw, and it will keep the possession on the left end of your screen with Toms River North. Dribbled it off her foot. Oh, that's a heck of a play there. As Wavershak and Grzycki were not on the same page here on the handoff, and Rankin takes the ball, says please and thank you, and ends up with an opportunity here to add to that lead. First one does not go. Beth Rankin, a 5'5" sophomore guard. Second one is true. 41-37 ball game, 5-minute mark here in the final quarter. Wavershak trying to drive in, and that one will get a carry. May have been a bump there as well, but the officials are kind of letting them play here in this final quarter a bit. As Meyerhofer brings it across, 4-point lead, trying to come on the road and win. They're just 4-4 in road games this season. Meyerhofer with a three. That's a big shot from the senior. Lead up to 7 now, 44-37. Up top, working the motion offense. That one a bad pass there as Richardson swallows it up there and gets it to go. The senior starting to take command here. He cannot turn the ball over here. Timeout, Coach Gillen here at the 4:09 mark. Team down 46-37. You just, in these kind of games here, when you get in the postseason, any kind of mistake is always magnified this time of year, because you understand the fact that if you lose this game or you lose the next game, whether you're talking about the state playoffs or you're talking about the Shore Conference tournament, there may not be a next game if you make some of these mistakes. And Toms River North kind of going more towards their first quarter, where they're having more difficulty moving the basketball, finding consistency on the offensive end, and then a couple of turnovers, really careless turnovers, that have led to easy buckets for Middletown South, and have allowed a team that is a really solid team. You know, 10-9, we were talking pregame, you know, a 10-9 record, you might kind of look beyond them here. This is a solid squad that Coach Brennan has built, a solid program that he's had for the last couple of years. I was looking during the research for this game here, NewJersey.com, NJ.com, was listing the top 20 programs over the last decade. Coming in at number 19 was this squad here, the Middletown South Eagles. They were state champions a season ago in Central Jersey Group 4. And they're trying to make another run here, trying to play their best basketball as the weather starts to get a little cooler come the end of February. Richardson gets the three-point play to go coming out of the coming out of the full timeout from Coach Gillen. Now it's a 47-37 ball game with just half a quarter remaining. Tried to get a back cut. Not there as Richardson cinches it inside. Johnson tries to make something out of nothing, drives in. Draws contact against Meyerhofer. Johnson will go back to the free throw line. She, on the evening, is 6 of 7 from the line. Gets that one to go. 5 team fouls against Middletown South, just 4 against Toms River North. Second one true as Benvenuto went to the ground there, trying to get a press now coming. Is Toms River North. Going for the handoff, handled nicely by Rankin, flips it up to Richardson, and a loose ball foul against Howell. Not a bad idea, though, if you take a look at fouls here. I know she kind of got caught in no man's land there. But as we start to get to these final minutes, have to see maybe Middletown South can hit some free throws. Definitely don't want that there, as Richardson, she's just, the only trouble she had there was the fact that she was underneath the basket. As Richardson couldn't get it to go, it was thrown out, stolen away by North, and lost. And then last off of Middletown South. 8-point deficit, 3:30 remaining. Johnson guarded by Richardson, trying to back her down. Nice help defense there, though, by Rankin. Steals it away. Inside, Meyerhofer can't get it to go. Loose ball, tracked down Benvenuto, then lost it to Meyerhofer. And Richardson, the senior, pulling it out. Trying to get a double team. Over there to O'Connor, who walks right in front of the official. So trying to speed him up here. Have to try to get as many possessions as you can get down the stretch. Again, no shot clock in New Jersey high school basketball, so you got to figure that Middletown South, they'll try to eat as much time off the clock when they have the ball. Every opportunity here on offense is critical for Toms River North, down by 8 on their home court. Meyerhofer drives in, rejected by Richardson. Tried to flip up a floater, couldn't sneak it by the senior fast enough. She swats it away. Inside, Richardson with nice defense, and Johnson can't get it to go. Inside, it'll be a backcourt violation as Richardson had not established herself. Oh, there you go. We get a timeout there. My ball skills are a little bit out of practice. I haven't played since high school, so. I don't know, that wasn't a bad pass. We'll have to look at the tape here on that one. 2:34 to go as I continue babbling over here. 2:34 remaining. 47-39 ball game. Favor Middletown South. Last year, these two teams, and they played in the Shore Conference tournament. And it was Middletown South with a 1-point victory, 53-52, in a very tight game going down the stretch. Update there from Donovan Catholic, a 47-43 game. East still on top with 1:22 remaining, so Coach Cohen trying to get to that second round. Play against St. John Vianney. Toms River North trying to survive here. Boyd dropping a game on their home court. Down by 8. Coming out of the timeout here. They'll have the basketball. Really haven't had a 3 here since Wavershack had one earlier in the second half. They could use one right now. Wavershack screen from Johnson. Gets it back to her. They got the mismatch inside Benvenuto. Nice interior passing. Excellent play call. Lead back down to 6. Back up to 8, though, as Richardson with the blow-by gets it to go. She's up to 14 on the night, including 10 here in the second half. Inside Benvenuto, driving in, short, can't get the rebound to go. We'll get a foul there against Benvenuto. She's trying to make a good hustle play. $16 foul, so now the next foul, and Middletown South will be going to the free throw line. 1:47 remaining. Trying to go against the press breaker here. Loose ball. Nice play inside by Johnson, but again, a turnover by Toms River North. Stolen away by Benvenuto. Up to Johnson. Picks up her dribble. Long pass over to Wavershack. 1:26 remaining. Dribbles into the corner, flips it out to Howell inside Benvenuto. She puts it up, can't get it to go. We'll get a foul on Howell. Assuming a foul rather on Dougherty, I think. Could have called it on a few of those players. I think they're going to get it on O'Connor.
Hey, you know how to count to 3?
On the floor, though, so it'll go back up top. Johnson driving in, kicks it out. Grzycki, 1:05 remaining. Knocked away, though, by Rankin with 1:03 to go. Seems like Toms River North starting to run out of time here. And the ball around the outside, 1 minute mark remaining. North, long three coming from Johnson. That one's short. Rebound to Richardson, up. Meyerhofer driving in, gets it off glass. Lead up to 10 51-41. Three-pointer, Howell, no good, batted around. Grzycki with it, and a timeout called by Coach Gillen with 35 seconds remaining here. As Grzycki gets it to go, the question remains, though, is it too little too late here? So they're down by 8 with just 35 seconds remaining. You have to imagine there's going to be a quick foul coming in right out of the timeout here. While we have a moment, we can say there's a final score there over at Donovan as Toms River East advances to the second round of the Shore Conference tournament with a 52-44 victory in the 16-17 game. So the 17 seed advancing. Over here, we're going to have to see if it's the 18 seed can hang on here these last 35 seconds. Inside Meyerhofer back over to O'Connor, and Johnson gives away the foul. Be a 1-and-1 here for O'Connor. O'Connor had 12 points in that first half, none so far here in the second half. 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Again, a 1-and-1, so the ball will be live here. First one rattles home. Second one rattles home as well. 53-43, 30 seconds. They need quick buckets. Three-pointer coming. Grzycki in and out. Loose ball up. Run out. Richardson drives in and gets it to go, putting the icing on the cake of this one. With 10 seconds remaining. Johnson from the corner. That one long. Richardson with the rebound. No foul coming from Toms River North. And with that one, Coach Tom Brennan and his Middletown South Eagles travel down here to Toms River and knock off the 15th-seeded Toms River North Lady Mariners. Impressive second half, impressive fourth quarter from his team. Great team defense. Fantastic plays offensively as well, as the Eagles prevail 55-43. Really good game here between these two teams. Just Toms River North in that fourth quarter. A couple times they had solid team defense, stole the ball away, looked like they were going to go the other way, get a quick bucket. But then every time it seemed like Middletown South was able to steal the ball right back. And really none of the momentum that you saw the second quarter, even in the third quarter for Toms River North, none of that came out to play in the fourth quarter. And instead it was Middletown South going pedal to the metal, led by Division I recruit and 1,000-point scorer Kayla Richardson, as she ended up with 18 points. A fantastic player in her own right. Also Stephanie Meyerhofer as she ended up with 12 points, including 7 of them coming in the second half. As for Toms River North, the Lady Mariners, really fantastic effort here, especially by the senior Christina Johnson. She was 8 of 9 from the free throw line. She had 3 threes as well. Added with a bucket. She had 10 in the first half. Second half here, not too bad as well, as she ended up with 19 points on the game. Jacqueline Benvenuto as well. She ended up with 12 points, 6 in the first half, 6 in the second half. A lot of things to build on for Coach Gillen. They will drop to 14-7 on the season, but again, they're going to try to prime themselves for a big state title run coming up. They're going to be the 10 seed in South Jersey Group 4, going on the road to play Eastern in what is one of the toughest brackets in New Jersey. As for Middletown South, they're going to improve to 11-9 on the season. They're going to move on. They're going to play at Manchester coming up on Thursday. Manchester, one of the teams here, you talk about girls basketball at the Shore Conference. You got St. John Vianney, you got Manchester, you got RBC, you got Rumson Fairhaven, you got St. Rose. All these names that seem to appear every single year. And if Middletown South is going to try to stretch this out and have a good long run in the Shore Conference tournament, they're going to have to go through some stiff competition, beginning with the Hawks come Thursday night. So that'll just about do it here from the RWJ Barnabas Health Arena. For our producer, Chip Phillips, up there on camera tonight working double duty. I'm Casey Kinnerkowski saying so long from Toms River North. We'll see you the next exciting basketball game here from Toms River.